Wow, look what I get to wake up to.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. And today we're going to talk about health and nutrition and the importance of alkalizing your body and how that helps you to become more conscious, okay? So let's start out with a saging. Just a second here, and then we'll light the candle. All right. All right, so the candle going. There we go. I love that candle. Like a little reflection. All right, so basically, okay, so when you do Ha breathing especially, what that does is it loosens everything up. Your arteries and your muscles become looser and more relaxed and things flow. Well, you'll also find out that it's within the bloodstream, within your cells, etc. Water will release and then you'll go to the bathroom. So it frees you of all that uptightness, including on a cellular level, literally, okay? When I used to do Ha breathing every day for like 20 plus 30 minutes, I would lose weight. It was the most incredible thing in the world because I wasn't exercising at the time. So what we're doing is it also helps alkalize your body. In other words, your pH. Now your mouth is always going to have a higher acidic level in your esophagus and your stomach too. Okay. But we're talking about the overall system, meaning the bloodstream. So what we want to do is we want to get that above 7.0, okay? Because when it goes acidic, bad things happen. You're in a negative energy field, basically. That's where cancer thrives. And I tell a lot of people, like, hey, all you got to do is you got to do your deep breathing, and you want to get movement. You want walking and all that stuff too. But the other thing is, all you have to do is alkalize your body. Now, there's a couple ways to do it. Actually, I should have grabbed it. Hold on. All right. So, number one, water. This Essentia is 9.5 pH, which is extremely high. The normal human system is around 7.0, 7.2, or maybe even 7.4, something like that. So 7.0 is neutral. So you want it neutral or above. If you start going below that, that's not healthy, not for a human, okay? So water. Now, here's what you can do. Now, fortunately, where I live, I bought one of those new Pure filters. They're a lot better than the Brita. I think the filter are a lot better. So the water here is highly mineralized and it's got a high pH, okay, like 8.3 to 8.5, okay? So water, make sure your water is above 7.0, okay? It doesn't have to be 9.5, but it helps. The other thing is green leafy vegetables. You got celery. I didn't grab the lettuce. Lettuce is in there. So my favorite thing, especially for men, is celery because it has selenium in it, and men burn off a lot of selenium, especially in sex, okay? So just keep it simple. Another thing I'll do, so green leafy vegetables, you've got lettuce, you've got celery, and cucumbers. Those are my go-to because cucumbers have a lot of water and a lot of alkaline in it when you eat it. Watermelon is so good for you. First thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Maybe drink a tall glass of water first and then wait just about 5 minutes. Eat watermelon. And if you don't have watermelon, then any kind of melon like a cantaloupe, that's also very high in alkalinity. It's so simple to suddenly, it makes your body feel good. It'll help your meditation. It'll help you open up to your right brain, opening that artery that I keep talking about. I am telling you, it is so simple. I'm going to give you some things right now. Just go-to things that make it simple. Make a list right now. Watermelon. Apples are also very alkaline, very high in alkalinity. Celery. Cucumbers. Cucumbers are essentially almost like watermelon. They're extremely high in alkalinity. Okay? Now, in general, I pretty much always eat carrots almost every day. It's just a simple go-to thing, and I would get organic food. The little bit of extra money you pay, it's not that much, 40 cents or 45 cents, whatever, obviously per item. That's going to add up to a couple bucks a week extra. Big freaking deal, okay? So I like to keep things really simple. I don't like trying to get everything in the store, right? I just go, I need watermelon, and if they don't have that now, it's fall and winter, we've got lots of apples. So then I switch over to apples. Simple. Another thing is, let's see here. Okay, let's stick on the greens. Another thing is avocados. Now here's why. Avocados are high in a healthy fat. Now this healthy fat burns slow. Okay, chicken has fat in it, meat has fat in it, anything with fat, it'll burn slow, and that way your blood sugar doesn't spike and then drop, or vice versa. Okay, mine tends to drop. So whenever I eat half an avocado a day and I get some kind of chicken or something else, so that fat content is going to burn throughout the day, so I never have to worry about my blood sugar dropping like it used to. God, I used to hate that. It's horrible. And whatever it does, the first thing I'm going to do is either eat some meat with fat in it, like hamburger. Believe it or not, but you know, hamburger patties, that has a lot of fat content in it. Believe it or not, if you want to lose weight, watch this. You want to make sure if you're eating steak, don't cut the fat out of it and throw it away. You want to eat that. I know it sounds nuts. But fat, again, avocado has fat in it, okay? It is slow burning, and therefore you don't have to crave it. If you crave sugar a lot, because I'm one of those people, increase your meat, make sure you eat the fat on the meat, and start eating avocado every day. At least half of one. This is a pretty big one. But even if it's a medium size or kind of small, I generally will eat half of one of these a day and some meat, and I'm good. I literally don't have to worry about it. There's something else that helps out. It's glutamine, which I'll get to in a minute, okay? Glutamine. Get to that in a second. All right, so now the other thing I will try to do is get some kind of red vegetable, which is obviously in this case, bell peppers. All right. That's pretty much all they do. Now there's a couple other things. The other thing you need to make sure is you have enough mineral content. Now selenium, these vegetables in general have minerals in them, okay? So selenium is a mineral. Another thing that I will do is bananas. I don't eat bananas every day, but I will take them 3-4 days a week. They got lots of potassium, and they also have something else in them. I think, God, I forget what it's called. I want to say magnesium. Now, mentioning magnesium, magnesium is one of the, I believe it's the #1 mineral that your brain and your muscles use up and burn a lot of. So here's a simple way of getting extra minerals in you, other than green leafy vegetables, okay? You get your green leafy vegetables in. In fact, you could Google like what has magnesium in it. But you just take a little bit of this, and boom, you've got your magnesium, okay? Magnesium relaxes the muscles. It allows the muscles to function properly also, all right? And your brain, all right? So I'm not going to go any depth on the food. That's all they brought here. But I am going to mention one more thing. Glutamine. Oh, this is my go-to. I'm telling you, hands down, beyond a shadow of a doubt, this is my go-to product. Glutamine, it's white powder. It comes with a little scoop. Scoop a little bit in there. All right. You can mix this just with half a cup, well, about a cup of water, let's say, you know, or a small glass of water, just 1 scoop, okay? Unless you're a big guy, maybe a scoop and a half or 2. Because here's why. Your brain and your muscles eat more glutamine than anything else on the planet other than oxygen. Like I said in my last video, oxygen and glycogen are your #1 fuel sources for your brain and for your muscles. They just eat it all up, right? Now glutamine, if you studied the Krebs cycle, and if you didn't, don't worry about it. Everything you eat, from protein, meat, to complex carbs, to simple sugars, and all the way down, did I say that right? They all break down all the way down to glycogen. Now glutamine is basically glycogen. It's like 1 step above it. So when you eat this, it gets glycogen right into your system because it breaks it down really fast. It's really simple. The only other thing I want to say is pretty much your standard protein that you get from any vitamin store, it has glutamine in it. Now some of them will put extra glutamine in, and they will put it on the front. Now this one I don't believe has done this. It's branched chain amino acids, 24 grams of protein. But if they put extra in, they'll put it in there. But protein powders in general will have some glutamine. Personally, I always get this and then I'll use maybe a half a scoop of something like this, and I'll just blend it just with a spoon and water. Okay? You do those things that I just showed you, you're going to become a healthy person. It really is simple. And remember, you have to get your protein. Okay? I think that's pretty much it. You eat like this. Like if you eat these foods right here, you're going to be a pretty healthy person. And lettuce. I always have lettuce in there. And I also do a little bit of onions. I do the purple onions. I don't know what they're called, the purple onions. I learned how to make mashed potatoes out of actual potatoes. That helps a lot. That's really good for your skin, and there's some other stuff in there. But I want to leave it really simple. And if I could pick the main thing, glutamine. Other than that, alkaline foods. Again, it's freaking simple. Watermelons is my go-to in the summer. Apples, fall, winter, maybe spring. Right? And those are really high. And also, again, cucumber. I could repeat the whole thing. The number one thing, if you're a male especially, it makes you just feel good. Celery, because it's got selenium in it. Men burn off a lot of selenium. Women, that could help you also, by the way, because you do burn off some selenium. That's pretty much it. I could say the water again, but I'm just repeating myself. Clean water. Again, you want it over 7.0, like 8.0, 7.5. As long as it's above the neutral. Oh yeah, little tiny secret. Hold on, but it's good to raise the alkalinity in your water. Baking soda, just a little pinch. So if you got like a glass of water, or maybe more than this is kind of a small Aquafina, but I would say just a pinch, because it raises the pH quite considerably. Okay, and I wouldn't do it too much. Maybe once a day, every other day, something like that. That'll raise your alkalinity in your system also, and it'll make, if you have an upset stomach, it'll help too. Trying to think what else. You can brush your teeth with baking soda also, and it'll help alkalinize your mouth in general. Now, the mouth is supposed to be acidic to break foods down, okay, but cavities can have problems, and Google this. I don't want to do it, but this can help with your overall health too. Even just brushing your teeth, it does get into your system. So I'm not so worried about your mouth or your stomach being alkaline, but I am more concerned about your pH, your overall body blood pH. Okay. Hey, this is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. Why did I share this with you? Is because to be a really balanced person, you need to have the basics in you. You need your alkalinity above 7.0, above neutral, in other words, and extra glutamine. Holy shit! Now, glutamine there's a lot of it in red meat, and there's a lot of it in chicken. Okay. Red meat has most of it. Red meat also has the complete amino acid package. Like this one says branched chain amino acids on it. Well, red meat has, I think, all of them. And I think chicken has most of them, okay? So that's pretty much it. I eat eggs every day. Basically what I do with eggs is I'll take 2 whole eggs and I'll crack them and I'll blend it in with some protein powder. Not much, so I don't like it, in a little bit of milk. The yolk in the egg is really good to break down the cholesterol in your body, especially in your heart area, okay? What most people don't know is that, yeah, there's a lot of fat in this, but this is healthy fat. Healthy fat breaks down the bad fat, which I think is the brown fat, or it's the other way around. I think the brown fat is the bad fat, and this would be considered white fat. So healthy fat is good for you, just like healthy cholesterol. There's healthy cholesterol, and there's bad cholesterol. If you've ever gotten your cholesterol test done, your doctor say, wow, well, at least with me, I did. He goes, wow, he goes, your cholesterol is amazing. I'm like, why? He goes, your bad cholesterol is low. He goes, and your good cholesterol is exactly where it should be. He goes, are you on some special diet? And at the time, I was like, no, I never thought about it. What it turns out is because I was eating 2 whole eggs raw, blend it in the blender with a little bit of milk, a little bit of protein powder, and I was doing it every single day for years. And my whole overall point is that good fat cuts down bad fat. Good cholesterol breaks down and gets rid of bad cholesterol, okay? Hey, this is it. Make sure you're doing your Ha breathing, going for your walks, and remember to meditate. If you can't do it every day, that's okay. Maybe do it for 10 minutes or 5 minutes if it's a day like, hey, I just can't do it. But do your breathing throughout the day. That'll mellow you out, okay? Hey, God bless you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.